started doing this is if I put a little chamfer in here, I don't get as much splitting out. So I use a countersink to, before I put the worm gear in, maybe a 32nd to a 16th of an inch. It just helps a lot from doing that. Lay this on, hit start. It's going too fast. And I like going nice and slow. And I'll put this in here. And I'll stop and let it go. And then the lock on this, I don't need it. And then just make sure you're good and tight on here. Actually, that's worse. Okay, so that's pretty good on there. Not going to worry too much. To help eliminate me from losing too much material on the bottom, I use a 1/4 inch piece to put the tailstock in, and that just helps me. I never lock mine. So if you spin this thing, it's way out of round. I could care less, doesn't matter to me. Everything's nice and tight, we're good. So the first thing I need to do is get this down so I've got roughly a half an inch on this side and roughly 3/4 of an inch gone on that side. And so I just mark it. Actually, I don't. For demonstration purposes, I will. And it's just so that I have some idea of where I'm going to go with the wood. And the other reason is, if I keep this, if I put my mortise in here, turn it around, and I start cutting, you just got more waste and more wobble and more vibration and all the other steps. So I may as well get rid of what I don't need to start with. And so that's what I'm going to do. It's just a lot of wasting at this moment in time. Normally at home I will wear a respirator. For demonstration purposes I won't. I will always wear my face shield. So I usually use my 5/8 bowl gouge. I'm on. And the faster the better. And I love the fact that I don't have any speed monitor to say, how fast am I going? I could care less. And foot rest is a little bit on the high side. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to end up wasting wood, and the tools are nice and sharp. Get yourself planted the way you want to be planted. And I'm usually at about 45 degrees on my hip. Now come closer. I want to get rid of the pulp before I put them into the wood. Give it a little bit more. And now we can clean the edge up now, but we're going to have to turn it again. It'll get rid of some of the vibration, and that's enough to get rid of. So basically, usually what I do is I'll put my pencil on. That's going to give me approximately 2 1/4 inches, approximately. And I will measure because I want to make sure that I got 2 1/4. Yep, I'm actually a little bit over, that's fine.
And that's to fit the chuck jaws?
That's gonna fit the chuck jaws when I go to expansion. And I do all of this in expansion.
So I made myself a little jig. I took a piece of 1/4 inch hardboard and I did minimum and maximum of my jaw opening. And then I used a red and a green marker to tell me what's inside and what's outside.
Yeah, I've got those at home and I just, sometimes.
For those of you that don't know, a chuck can either grab things by closing tight on it, or it can hold things by opening the chuck jaws into a hole. That's expansion.
So
he's going to expand into it.
I'm going to expand into it, and we're going to expand into it with probably 1/8 of an inch or less. As you can see, I'm a little on the high side, but that's not the difference.
We would have got a shorter lathe for you if we do.
I could drop the tool rust just a little bit too. But this way I don't have to raise it for this part. And what I've got is a little dovetail piece. Oh, I like that. You can't bump into it either. Don't go down anymore. I may have to go back to your tool rust. Okay. Doesn't have to be pretty, but this is going to disappear. And I've got probably no more than 3/30 seconds on there. And that's going to be plenty to hold it. Hopefully, yeah.
So the hole he just turned gets bigger as it goes in, and the chuck jaws are just the opposite. As
Right,
they come
it's
out,
got-
they're bigger. So it's kind of a lock, so it doesn't come out.
It's a dovetail, so these jaws come out and that's going that way. Forget it. And the smaller the mortise, the more grip you actually got. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to machine this side so it's parallel to what I machined for the dovetail, so that flat edge is now flat to this also. And that's where you're going to be able to do all of it. And after that, we're going to get this narrower and leave that little bit of a lip in there that you saw and make it all work. So I think I'm going to have to use your tool rest, which I don't know what we did with it, because this is way too high.
You need your tool rest.
Yeah, your tool rest, because this is much too tall.
It won't drop.